Sorry about that, guys. Oh my gosh, I was trying to do some different stuff, but it didn't work out. But anyway, welcome everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh my gosh, it's Friday night. I'm actually doing a podcast on Friday night. Wow. Welcome, Success Squad. Welcome, Squaddies. Welcome. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up to let me know that you can hear me. I am so glad to see you guys today. Well, I should say this evening. Here on the East Coast, it is 8:42 p.m. And I believe for our northern brothers and sisters, I should say North America brothers and sisters, it's the same time, right? But again, welcome everybody. Welcome to Megan, Duchess of Advocacy World podcast. Welcome to the channel. And it is Friday night, and we're going to do a family chat entitled Sussex Talk. I had time this evening, so I thought I would go ahead and do a live podcast. Yay! I'm looking in the chat, and it's just awesome to see the usual suspects. It's awesome to see the dedicated squatties. You know, there's some dedicated squatties in this chat, some loyal squatties in this chat. And I love to see it. I really honestly do. Well, you know, we've had a good day today, haven't we, Sexist Squad? We have had a really good day today. Like Ice Cube says, today was a good day. And then it's Friday too, so it's awesome, right? All right, so again, welcome to Megan, Duchess of Advocacy World podcast. If this is the first time that you are joining us here on our live podcast of Success Talk, welcome. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I sincerely mean that. If you like what you hear so far, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead. Go ahead and hit it. It's not that hard. Just give it a little tap. And, you know, if this is the first time that you're joining us, I'm going to go ahead and do, you know, the typical disclaimer alert that I do. So, disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. We here at Megan, Duchess of Advocacy, we are fans, stands, super supporters of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan, Has and Megs. We are staunch supporters. We are dedicated supporters. We are motivated supporters. Like somebody said, we don't die, we multiply. There's no fence riding here, okay? We don't like the mother royals over there in the UK. We don't. We don't like none of them. Not even a little bit, okay? And there are no monarchists here at this channel. If there are, I'll be very surprised if there are any monarchists that actually listen to this channel. I'd be surprised if there are monarchists that even know that this channel exists. But if you're listening and you are a monarchist, we don't like you. We'll tolerate you, but we don't like you. What else? There's no fence riders here, right, guys? This really is a queen sugar zone. All right. I mean, they think that we can't stand it when they call us sugars. We don't care what the haters call us, right? We don't care. Not unless they get racial with it. If they get racist with it, well then yeah, we care. But other than that, we don't really care. And I do understand that there are some in the squad who feel like, calling us sugars is a racist term. I get it. But I mean, overall, we really honestly don't care what they think about us. We don't. And the reason why we don't care is because we don't send for them. They're always coming in our space. Right, squaddies? Aren't the haters always coming in our space? I can almost guarantee you that you are not going to find a squatty listen to one of these hater channels, right? One of these Meghan hate channels, live podcasts, and comment in it. Leave a comment and listen to it. That's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. But they're constantly in our space, right? Why are they always in our space? Why? I'll tell you why. Because they're confused fans. That's why. But anyway, again, if this is the first time that you're listening to this channel, if this is the first time that you're tuning in to our family chat, Sussex Talk, again, we are fans and stands and just crazy fanatical. Yes, we're fanatical. We're fanatical. We are fanatical. We are. We're a fanatical squad. Okay? We're like the beehive and we're like the barbs. Okay? But what's different about the Sussex squad is that we're targeted. Right? We're a targeted squad. Right? You got royal reporters and certain conservative UK channels that target us. We've even had squaddies harassed at their jobs. Right? Now that's some crazy shit right there. I'm serious. If this is the first time that you're hearing us listen to this channel, I'm dead serious. We have had squaddies who have been harassed at their jobs just because they support Prince Harry and Meghan. We have had squaddies who've been doxxed. We have had squaddies who have been threatened, have their lives threatened. It's facts. It's facts upon facts. Okay? So again, if you're not a diehard supporter of Prince Harry and Meghan, leave. I'm serious. Just leave. Because we don't do fence riding, and supporters like me, supporters like my sis VS Speaks Royally, other supporters, I can't think of them off the top of my head. But we don't do this for the money. We don't. We do it because we genuinely are true, sincere fans of Prince Harry and Meghan, and we know that there needs to be more pro Prince Harry and Meghan channels out on social media. All right. All right. So that is my spiel. Again, welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing in the chat? It's lovely to see you guys. You guys are looking good. You're looking good. Yes, you are. You're looking good. All right. If you are a moderator, please look out for the haters because I sure did not. Usually I, you know, set the barrier for, you have to be a subscriber for at least an hour, and I did not do that. So if you see any haters in the chat, just, block their ass. All right. So this live podcast is entitled When the Duchess Speaks, Everyone Listens. Right? I mean, it's true. When Duchess Meghan speaks, everyone listens. I love analyzing Duchess Meghan's speeches. I do. I've done it with other podcasts. Well, I will break it down, right? And analyze her speeches. But she didn't do a speech here. Um she, was a part of a panel today. And we all know that today was International Women's Day. And if you didn't know, well, now you know. But I'm pretty sure all of the squatties knew that today was International Day, and we knew that today that we were going to see Meghan be a part of this panel. So I mean, it was awesome to see her, right? It was so awesome to see her. I mean, she was looking good. I loved what she had on. It looked like a satin type of ensemble, right? Right, guys? Wasn't it like a satin type of ensemble? And I mean, she looked, of course, moisturized. She looked refreshed. Um, and she just looked good and spoke again so eloquently, right? Spoke eloquently, um, spoke from the heart. What she was talking about was a lot of it was from personal experience, right? What she was talking about. And of course, we will get into that. Um, I was just so happy to see her. Excuse me. Out here in South Carolina, the pollen is so bad, guys. Jesus. I mean, it's horrible. But what was I gonna say? I lost thought. Oh, I know everybody in the chat listened, right? I know you guys were listening because I was there during the live broadcast, and I was reading a lot of the comments, and a lot of squatties were up in there, right? Squatties were representing. Okay, you guys were representing, and it was awesome. It was awesome to see you guys in the chat supporting Meghan. But again, like I said, when the Duchess speaks, everyone listens. And what I am talking about, of course, on International Women's Day, which is today, um, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, right? The Archwell Foundation co hosted a keynote panel, Breaking Barriers, Shaping Narratives, How Women Lead on and Off the Screen. Okay, and this was uh, conducted in Austin, Texas. I love Austin. I've been to Austin numerous times. And Texas as a whole, I love that state. I mean, it's a huge, huge state. But Austin, Texas, getting some shine. All right, so before this conference, right, news had came out, about Duchess Meghan, and we were already aware of this, right? We were already aware that the Archwell Foundation was working uh, with Gina Davis, actress, uh, with her nonprofit organization, right? We already knew that. Um, but the news had came out um, that Archwell Foundation, what they had done was they had partnered with Gina Davis's nonprofit organization. It's called Moms First, right? And what they did was they had done a study, okay, and during when Megan was talking today on the panel, she discussed some of the results of that study, right? Let me pull it up real quick. Let's see. My phone went kind of dead. Let me see if I can find it so I can make sure that I give you guys the correct information. Hold on. Ouch. Let's see. All right. All right. I got it right here, guys. So, Duchess Megan is changing how we think about moms, right? And so, what she did was that she had, well, I was going to say she, but the Archwell Foundation, of course, they had helped fund this groundbreaking study. So, what the Archwell Foundation did was, of course, they teamed up with actor activist Gina Davis, right? Um, Gina Davis is very familiar with many American audiences, right? What was she in? We all know the Mega movie that she was in, right? Thelma and Louise, right, with Susan Sarandon. That was an excellent movie. Um, and she's been in some other movies too. She's a very successful actress, and she runs a nonprofit organization called Moms First. Okay, so what the Archwell Foundation did was, like I said, they had funded this study with Moms First, and what they announced were, of course, the results of that study. Okay. And, it was the release of Rewriting Motherhood, how TV represents mom and what we want to see next. Okay. And the study was groundbreaking. It really was. And, that's what I loved about uh, the panelists today, what they spoke about. Brooke Shields. Okay. Brooke Shields was very, very impressive to me. What did you guys think about Brooke Shields today? Okay. I didn't know that Brooke Shields had that type of personality. I didn't realize she was that outgoing. Okay. I always knew that Brooke Shields was very, very smart, very, very articulate, but she's got a sense of humor and she's funny, and I loved seeing that side of her. And it was obvious that she was very, very comfortable, and she felt safe to be her total self. Right? I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. But again, this groundbreaking study completed in partnership with Gina Davis Institute on Gender and Media. And of course, it was supported by Archwell Foundation, Duchess Meghan, right? And you know, the report was basically about the portrayals of mothers in entertainment, and it highlighted the gaps that the entertainment industry needs to fill to achieve true representation, right? In the content we create and consume. I mean that is so true, right? There needs to be a true representation of the portrayal of mothers in the entertainment industry. Okay. So I mean, it's a great study. Gina Davis, of course, was very, very happy that the Archwell Foundation backed up her study. And, Gina Davis said it with her whole chest that they wouldn't have been able to do it without the financial support and backing of the Archwell Foundation. Okay. And what makes this report so important is because it's the first of its kind. It's never really been done before, right? And like I said, what it did was it analyzed portrayals of moms in 2022 scripted television programs in order to see the degree to which fictionalized portrayals of mothers in media reinforce or disrupt unrealistic expectations of motherhood. Okay. I'm pretty sure in the chat there are a lot of squatties who are mothers. I'm pretty sure those of you who are listening, there's a lot of you that are mothers. Let me ask you this question. When you watch TV, right? And not just TV, but movies or just whatever you're watching, um, do you feel like in your heart of hearts, right, that there is um that there is a balanced portrayal of mothers on TV? Do you feel like that you're being represented, you know, in the portrayals of motherhood on TV? Okay. Is there somebody that looks like you, but not only looks like you, but represents you as a mother on TV? Okay. Many people in the chat, many people who are listening know that I am African American, right? And know that I'm a mother. However, just because there are African American women portrayed as mothers on TV doesn't necessarily mean that that African American actress who's playing a mother is representing me, because we are not a monolithic, right, group. There's a lot of diversity of African American mothers, right? And the same thing can be said for Caucasian mothers. The same thing can be said for Asian mothers. The same thing could be said for Latin mothers, right? Right. So, the study was really, really good, and you know, it really wanted to see to which degree of fictionalization portrayals of mothers in media, is it unrealistic, right? Are the expectations of motherhood in media unrealistic, right? Is there a diverse portrayal of mothers on TV? And unfortunately, it found that the majority of TV moms are portrayed as white, young, thin, and that TV families often portrayed the father as the breadwinner, right? So that's unfortunate, and obviously, the entertainment industry has work to do, right? They got work to do, okay? And I mean, it's just a really good study, and um, I'm glad that they spoke more about it. All right. All right. We'll go on to the next slide. Before we do, wow. So we want to congratulate Miss Lydia Washington. Wow. Miss Lydia, you have been such a strong supporter, such a starch supporter of this channel. And I just want to thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because Lord knows that I am not consistent, definitely when it comes to other channels, and putting out content. I was looking at this channel the other day, and my goodness, I've only done like 133, right, podcasts. And this channel has been around for about 2.5 years, compared to other channels who probably have close to 600 out by now. So, Miss Lydia Washington, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I honestly love you from the bottom of my heart. And I really, honestly, truly hope one day that we meet. Um, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, sis. I really, really do appreciate it. So, everybody, let's give Miss Lydia Washington a hand clap. Let's give her flowers, her roses. I mean, she really is a dedicated squatty. Not only does she support this channel, but she supports basically all of the pro Success channel, right? She's right there in the thick of it. So thank you, thank you, thank you, uh, Miss Lydia. All right. So Black Queen, thank you, thank you, thank you for the donation and the super sticker. Appreciate it, appreciate it. And Mrs. S, thank you for the donation. And Mrs. S says, Happy International Women's Day. Thank you, Special K, for all you do. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your support. All right. And Miss Lydia did say Happy International Women's Day, Special K, and to all the ladies in the squad. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my X page. Oh, no. I just went back on my X page. For those of you who know me, you know I'm a huge Diana Ross fan. So apparently she is on tour and she's going to be in my neck of the woods pretty soon. Wow. Like, wow. Woo. All right. Okay. Lost concentration there. Yes, I had lost concentration there. It's just, I grew up just idolizing Diana Ross. Okay. Um, just idolizing her. And a lot of that has to do with my mom because my mom idolized her as well. But all right. Oh, looks like we got another donation. Miss Carol, thank you so much for the donation and the super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, everybody give Miss Lydia her flowers, please. Give her her flowers. So what you see right there on your screen is that the Duchess of Sussex and others, they took part in a keynote panel honoring International Women's Day, and it's called Breaking Barriers, Shaping Narratives: How Women Lead on and off the Screen. And of course, this was conducted in Austin, Texas. Okay. And apparently, this is a week-long conference. Okay. And it kicked off today. So there you go. Those were the panelists. And I watched it live on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of you in the chat watched it live on YouTube because I recognize a lot of your usernames. And I'm pretty sure those of you who are listening and not in the chat were listening to it and watching it as well. I mean, that was a really good panel, right? All of these women were excellent. Okay. All of them were. I have to admit, I thought the moderator was a little flat, just a little. But overall, excellent panel, diverse panel, and they all spoke very eloquently. Okay, Brooke Shields said some things, right? That were a little controversial, but she was being herself. She felt like she was in a safe space, and I thought that was awesome. Uh, so of course the panel was, let's see here, model and author Brooke Shields. And Brooke Shields, another thing about Brooke Shields, she is an excellent actress. Right? She is. She's an excellent actress, but she's very, very, very smart. She is. Very, very smart. And back in the day, she used to date Michael Jackson. I just had to throw that in there. Okay. Never said one bad word about Michael Jackson. Never, 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 never. Okay. But Brooke Shields, journalist Katie Couric. Wasn't it awesome seeing Katie Couric? Right? And Katie Couric, did she drop an F bomb? Or was I hearing things? I mean, Katie Couric was cussing. Again, these women felt like they were in a safe space. Right? They felt like they were in a safe space and they were having a chat. They were talking. Okay, about their own lived experiences. And that's what I loved about this. Brooke Shields talked about her own lived experience, right? About a lot of the BS that she went through as an actress. Okay, Katie Couric. Woo! Katie Couric. I mean, she let it be known, right? Didn't she? All of the sexism that she went through being a female anchor, right? And the things that she said about Bryant Gumbel, that's not surprising. Come on now. That's not surprising at all. Right? I was surprised though that she didn't say another male anchor's name that she worked with on NBC though. That's a day show. I was surprised that she didn't bring his name up. Maybe she didn't want to go there. Um Sociologist Nancy Wang. Is it Ewan? I'm probably saying her last name wrong. Or is it Win? And she's very familiar. We're all very, very familiar with her, right? She's worked with Duchess Meghan before in the past, and I loved her story. Right? She had a story to tell. Right? Had somebody trolling her. Had a big time troll harassing her again, harassing her at her job. Right? I see somebody's got in the chat, Mac Lowry. I was surprised Katie didn't bring him up. I was, but maybe they always got along. Right? Maybe they always got along. I don't know. But again, back to sociologists. Okay, Nancy Wang. Right. She was being trolled at her job. And her job actually wanted her to apologize to the troll. And she was like, "Oh, I can't do this." And she quit her job. Right? That's crazy. Crazy. She's the one that's being harassed and they wanted her to apologize. Wow. Again, stories to tell. Right? And then Meghan. We all know she definitely had a story to tell. Right? She definitely had a story to tell about what she deals with when it comes to social media and the target harassment that she deals with and the conspiracy theories and right and how social media is just not a safe space for her and her children. Okay, and there's Meghan. Sis looked really good, right? She looked refreshed. She looked relaxed. Um, and she was there to participate. And I thought she did a really, really good job. All right. And there's Duchess Meghan and Katie Couric. And did you guys see when Katie Couric she wanted, right? She wanted Meghan to talk about when she was 11 years old and she wrote the letter about the Dawn dishwashing liquid, right? Like Katie Couric wanted Meghan to tell that story about how when she was 11 years old and they were doing a class project and they saw the commercial about the Dawn dishwashing liquid soap. Women everywhere can basically wash pots and pans, and the boys at the classroom were like, "Yeah, that's women's work." And Meghan said that it got to her, and she started writing letters, and the end result is that she got the commercial to change to, you know, um, America, I guess, America, all Americans, or whatever, however they changed it, right? Um, but Katie Couric was very impressed with that. And she wanted Meghan to tell the story again. So it was great. It was great because um I think Katie wanted Megan to tell that story because again, those of you who watched the live discussion, Katie Couric has been through a lot, right? She's been through a lot. She's dealt with a lot of sexism being a news anchor and being somebody who was basically for a long time the face of NBC. And then she went to CBS and became the 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 nightly news host of CBS. And I had no idea that Katie Couric went through that much sexism. I really honestly didn't. I didn't pay that much attention. But the story that she told about when she wore her white, jacket, and just all the hate that she got, all the names that people called her own colleagues, like her own colleagues. So it just goes to show you that yes, as women, right, we're there's a lot of diversity when it comes to women, right? We all come from different socio-economic backgrounds, cultures, races, bada bing, bada boom. But one thing the majority of us have in common is that at some point in our lives, we have dealt with sexism. Okay? Sexism, ageism. Okay? And that's unfortunate. It is, but it's real. And what I loved about Duchess Meghan was the fact that she brought up the fact that unfortunately we as women we can be our own worst enemies. Okay, a lot of the online harassment and trolling of women is done by women, and that's so sad, but we all know it's so true, right? We all know it's so true. Look at the hate channels. All the majority of these hate channels that are about Duchess Meghan are ran by women. And it's so sad. It's so unfortunate. You know, when Megan said that, because obviously she's very well aware of the hate channels on YouTube, right? And I'll play that later on. But when she was talking about that, it got me to thinking. Okay, it got me, Special K, thinking. Are there any hate channels dedicated to men? If there are, let me know in the chat. But serious question. Are there any hate channels that are dedicated to men? Are there any hate accounts? Targeted hate accounts on X that are about a man? Are there any targeted hate accounts on on Facebook towards a man, towards some male public figure? I really honestly can't think of any. Can you guys? I really honestly can't think of any dedicated target hate account against a famous man. I can't. Prince Harry gets put in there every once in a while because because who he's married to. But Yeah, I really honestly can't think of any. Marshar says no hate channels are dedicated to men anywhere. I have to agree with that. They there might be, a channel or a podcast that may do, you know, like a show or whatever about a famous guy because he's done something. Maybe he's done something, that's hit news, and they may focus on that public person for one day. But I mean, just targeted hate accounts where every day they're putting out an episode, right, about a man. I mean, I can't think of any. I really honestly can't. All right, moving on. And of course, Prince Harry was there, right? Prince Harry was there supporting his wife. Okay, there's a video going around, I should say, on X, formerly known as Twitter, where Meghan says something and then she winks at Harry. I missed that. I didn't catch it when I was watching it live. See how good squatties are? See how good you guys are? Somebody actually caught that and made a video. I mean, not made a video, but they were able to catch the that moment. It's so cute. It's so cute. Like she's talking. It must have been about Harry, right? Because there is a segment where Megan talks about her husband and how much he's so supportive of her. And and I love it when she does that, right? Don't you guys love it when Megan brings up Harry? It doesn't matter what she's talking about, doesn't matter the subject matter. Somehow, some way, Duchess Meghan is going to bring up her husband and give him his flowers, right? And I love it. It's like she makes sure that people know that they are a team. They are a team. I'm not doing this by myself. I've got a very supportive husband. He's a great husband and he's a great dad. Doesn't matter what the subject matter is. Duchess Meghan, oh yeah, she gonna make sure that you know that her husband is right there with her in the thick of it. And I love it. I do. Oh yeah, I forgot. If you guys are drinking an adult beverage, let me know what you're drinking in the chat. It's been a long time since I've done a Friday night live podcast. Yes, he is, isn't he? I'm looking in the chat right now. A lot of people saying how Prince Harry is a hands-on dad. So, is it Jessica? Jessica says a hands-on dad, and I love that. He is. Prince Harry is a hands-on dad. He really is. And it's amazing that he is because it's not like he had a really good role model. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, Adrian? That is true. Michelle Obama was hated on. This is a comment. Michelle Obama was hated on, and she still is. She still is. Somebody was talking smack about her the other day, and this was a brother. It's like Michelle Obama has not been in the White House for 8 years. Why are you guys still targeting her? All right, so back to our screens here. How you doing, Miss Joan? So back to our screens here about Prince Harry. Of course, he was front and center listening. Miss Jones says, Special K. I'll bet the haters are. Is that gnashing their teeth and saying, how could she wink at her husband in the audience? Probably. The haters, they don't like it when Prince Harry and Meghan show any type of PDA towards each other or affection towards each other. They can't stand it. They hate it. Okay. It just, it just eats them up. It tears their asses up when they see those two show any type of affection towards each other, hold hands, right? They don't like it when Prince Harry says, my wife, right? Notice how with will not and cannot, how royal reporters like what's Arian Barbie, they always say how Prince William, he's going to put his family first. Prince William has made it clear that his family is first. They do that for a reason. Right? They do that for a reason because they know that that's what Prince Harry does. But see, Prince Harry does it genuinely. Prince Harry does not need somebody with a megaphone to say something like that. Prince Harry has proven to us over and over and over and over again that he's putting his family first. His actions have proven that to us. Right? All right. So Prince Harry looking good. He's looking nice and refreshed and happy. He looks like he's got a little tan going on there too. All right, and there's more pictures. That's the Duchess signing autographs. She's signing autographs. Okay, which is good. It's awesome because people wanted to see her speak. But no matter how many polls they do, it doesn't matter. Duchess Meghan has a strong fan base. Prince Harry has a strong fan base. The hate campaign didn't work because people can make their own judgments, right? People don't get sucked into the world drama, right? People can make their own judgments. And another thing too, Duchess Meghan had a life before she met Prince Harry. Okay. Participating in these panels about, women equality and women's representation and women's rights and gender equality. It's nothing new to the Duchess. Okay. Nothing new. All right. Before we go to the next slide, I'm going to go ahead and play this video for you guys. I'm not going to play it all because YouTube might be tripping. They might be tripping. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. So we all know that, right, that this conference was streamed on YouTube. Right. It was live streamed on YouTube. When Meghan said what she said, I literally screamed. Okay, I literally screamed, but let's go ahead and play this video right here.
What I find the most disturbing, frankly, especially as a supporter of women, is how much of the hate is women completely spewing that to other women. And I cannot make sense of that because I understand that there are certain platforms. Look, today's a really good example. this is being streamed on one of those platforms. And it's also fantastic because people are going to have access to hear all of this brilliance and all of this insight. And at the same time, it's a platform that has quite a bit of hate and rhetoric and incentivizes people to create pages where they can churn out very, very inciting comments and conspiracy theories that can have a tremendously negative effect on someone's mental health, their physical safety. So I think we have to really take a look at that when we're talking about how many women are in leadership positions, as you're saying, in broadcast. There are a lot of women that are at the highest level, executive level, who are great champions of women, who are great philanthropists, and they are working in these spaces, and yet they're allowing this kind of behavior to run rampant. And at a certain point, they
Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired with facts. Right? Shots fired with facts. Oh my goodness, that was such an important statement that the Duchess made. Because she knows. She's well aware of the hate channels and the conspiracy theories and the targeted hate harassment against her and her family and her kids. She knows that there are people that are monetizing hate. She knows that YouTube is monetizing hate against her. She called YouTube out, guys. She called YouTube out while streaming on YouTube. If that's not a queen, I don't know what is. If that's not a queen, I don't know who is. Excuse me. I'm drinking Corona Premier. She called YouTube out. And she called women who are in the social media leadership roles out as well. Do your job. Don't be a woman. Well, I shouldn't say don't be a woman, but it's not cool to be a woman and you're the CEO of YouTube, which YouTube did have a female that was a CEO, I believe, and say that you're a champion of women, but yet you allow your platform to spew targeted hate and harassment against women, and that targeted and hate and harassment is so toxic to the point to where it places women's lives in danger. Again, are there any hate targeted channels against public men that are in the public? Seriously, are there? No, I can't think of any. I mean, she did it, didn't she? She did the damn thing. She really, really did. I mean, she gave social media platforms their props. She said that, some of them, there are times where they do great things, right? Like live stream this discussion, right? But then on the other hand, though, they're putting women's lives in danger. They're platforming all of this online hate and all this targeted harassment, and toxicity to the point to where people become radicalized and you're putting women's lives in danger. All right. I love the way she called YouTube albums. And she didn't even say YouTube's name, did she? She didn't. She didn't even go there. She didn't even go there. All right. And that's another picture of Megan with I don't know who that is, but somebody in the audience who wanted to take a picture with her. So she took a picture with them. And see, that's what I mean. I think it's great that Megan is doing her thing, getting out there, getting out there in the public, um, meeting supporters and fans for the simple fact that we know that she knows that there are these targeted hate channels, you know, that spew all this negativity and toxicity about her and her children. And like she said, that affects your mental health. She said she stays away from social media. She does her best, but I'm pretty sure there are times when there are certain things that are said about her on social media that they have to let her know, right? I'm pretty sure that there are times that they have to let her know that this is being said about her or this is being said about her children, or she may read certain reports from her security where certain things are said about her, and the security has to bring that to her attention. So that's why I think it's important that she does get out there and she does mingle with fans and supporters so she could see that, hey, it's not like that. You got a lot of fan support. You got a lot of people who support you and who want to see you succeed and who want to see you happy and healthy, not only physically but mentally as well, who want you and Prince Harry to forever be married and your children to grow up and be wonderful people, right? So I think it's good. Hopefully it's a confidence booster for her, and it helps her mental health to know that there are people who support her. A lot of people who support her. And hopefully she's aware of a lot of the pro Prince Harry and Meghan channels that are on YouTube. Because there are a lot. It's just that the haters are louder. That's all. Let's see. All right. So again, speaking about the support that Duchess Meghan has, right? I was reading this on X, and I'm not really surprised, but this user posted this on X, and they state scheduling. I guess it's FUBAR at hashtag SXSW. People are camping out in Ballroom D to see Meghan Markle later today, blocking us from seeing our preferred sessions. It's like, wow, okay. People were actually camping out so they can see the Duchess. That is awesome. I saw this on X. I thought this was funny. This user posted, the UK missed out. If you haven't already realized, just look what we are left with. And this person is not a squatty, okay? And they live in the UK and they're from the UK, and they posted this. See? See what I'm talking about? That's why I say it's great that Megan gets herself out there and that she participates in panels like this, because people can watch and make their own judgments. Right? It's amazing what you see and learn when you're not paying attention to the tabloids, right? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go back into the chat and see what you guys are talking about. Everybody, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit it. Go ahead and hit it. For those of you who are listening, thank you for listening and welcome to the chat. Well, I shouldn't say chat, but welcome to this live podcast here on Friday night. Yes, Miss Joan. Miss Joan says Megan talks the talk and walks the walk. She sure does. H Knight says, did anyone notice that she looked a little upset when answering that question? Yes, I did notice. I did notice that. Megan was asked the question by the moderator, in regards to social media, that she deals with um, a lot of negativity and harassment on social media. Megan, the question was presented to her in regards to the Archwell Foundation, right? Like what the Archwell Foundation has done in regards to supporting um, uh, different organizations to help social media have more safe spaces for children and young adults, because we all know that Archwell Foundation, right? I mean, they recently just had, right, a conference with Carson Daly, and the Surgeon General was actually there, right? And that was on Mental Health Day. And they talked about how they've been working with families who um, have lost children to suicide, children who actually killed themselves because of the toxicity and targeted harassment that they were dealing with on social media. And the main culprits are Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so that question was proposed to the Duchess, and yes, H9, I agree. You could tell on her face that she looked upset. You could tell that she was bothered by that, and that's when she went into basically calling YouTube out. Good for her. Good for her. Oh, how you doing, sis? Yes, Miss Lydia. She called them out. She did. And I'm glad she did. Yep. It's sad. It is very sad. So Carlene says she's speaking from a place of experience. Very sad. Yeah, it is. It's very sad. All of those women on that panel were speaking from experience, right? Whether it be targeted harassment, trolling, sexism, um, they all were speaking from a place of experience. That's what made the discussion so great, so lively, so interesting. So Cynthia says, "Oh yeah, shots fired, facts not opinions. Megan is right. She stood 10 toes down without flinching. Love it." All right. So Miss Judy says, "Facts, facts. So glad she had the opportunity on that platform to say what she said. I know that's right." Right. She said it. Right. But she said it um from a place of concern, a place of hurt, right? A place of, guys, we're better than this, right? We're better than, we got to do better. She wasn't angry, she wasn't yelling, she wasn't shouting. She didn't call anybody's name out. It is. So Faith says it's all about money for those platforms. It is. Mhm. That's a good comment. So Marshar says they really don't know who they are messing with in Meghan. She is way more than Harry's wife. She was she before him, and she is a power that won't be contained. That is so true. All right. So is it Arrington? Yes, she did. Special K. Meghan is a badass. Like Tyler says, she's a classy woman. Amen to that. Yes. I was getting ready to say that. So is it Dan's? I don't know how to say your name, username. I'm so sorry. Do you be on on X? Your your avatar looks familiar. So I'm just gonna call you Dan's. So Dan says she said it. She said it may make dollars, but it doesn't make sense. That's what she said. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think it was monitored. I didn't really notice um any negative comments. Yeah. Yep, she called it. She sure did. She called it. Imagine if she listened to us, sis. Oh, I know. I I wouldn't want Prince Harry to listen. Jesus, no. That's the man. Can you imagine Prince Harry listen to the- our? Oh, Jesus, our podcast. Oh no. I think I've calmed down a little bit. What do you guys think? I think I've calmed down a little bit because my earlier podcasts were, you know, I think I've calmed down a little bit, right? Just a little bit. But one thing I will say, I would love to know if Prince Harry ever listened to the Success Squad podcast. Tina and Michelle. Oh my God. I think if Megan listened like to our podcast, I think she would get it. I think she'd be like, at the end of the day, she loves her husband and she supports her husband. But when Megan is alone by herself in her own thoughts, listening to one of our podcasts, if she does, you know what? I'm not even gonna go there because I've never met her and I don't know her. But I wouldn't be surprised if she had a little chuckle. I wouldn't be surprised if she was like, "Yeah, get him." I wouldn't be surprised if she's like, "Mm-hmm, that's right. Mm-hmm, that's right. Mm-hmm." Come on now. Think about the hell they put her through. She was on the brink of suicide. I don't think there's anything in any of my podcasts, Success Squad podcasts, VS Speaks Royally, or any of them where we were too hard or too negative on the royal family. Hell to the no. Pluck that. Yeah, she probably does say that. She probably does say VS Speaks Roy says she probably says how they know that. Oh my god. You know what? To be honest, I think that's true. Ah, Arlington says, I bet Harry did hear Tina and Michelle. That was way back when he said he was oversaturated in social media. Yeah, yeah. I would not be surprised if Prince Harry has listened to Tina Michelle. And who was the other one? Duchess Like Us. Remember Duchess Like Us? Remember that? Remember those women? Their podcast was really good. A lot of the earlier podcasts, I mean, went in hard, right? That's where I got my style from. Went in hard, right? And because it was just so toxic against Harry and Meghan. It was just, I mean, it still is, but I mean, back in 2019, 2020, Jesus. I mean, it's like they literally had nobody really sticking up for them and defending them when it came to podcasts. Right? Twitter, we were holding it down. But when it came to podcasts and stuff like that, those guys need, they needed somebody to fight back. And luckily, the OGs, Tina and Michelle, they were one of the first ones. Um, there was another one. I can't. She hasn't put out a podcast in a long time. I can't remember her name. Is it Success Set V? What's the name of her podcast? Hers was really really good, and but those were the OGs, and I remember the first time I listened to Tina and Michelle, and it was either Tina or Michelle, but one of them said, "Fuck Queen Elizabeth." I said, "Oh shit, this is my podcast." I instantly subscribed and started listening to them. And those were the days. I mean, those were really, really the days. And they used to always say, "Hey, if you guys want to start your own podcast, do it. We need help." And that's when I decided to start mine. Um, but I got off track. It would be nice to see Tina and Michelle come back. It would, like if they would just do like a couple here and there. It would. Um, they're the ones that started it. They're one of the ones that started it. Sunday mornings used to be the bomb, right? Used to look forward to Sunday mornings. All right. So this picture right here in front of you. So apparently Harry and Meghan, they really stepped out in Austin, Texas, and they did some mingling and went sightseeing and did some things in Austin, Texas. Now I've been to Austin, Texas quite a few times, and I actually like Austin. I do. I like Austin, Texas. Uh, but this picture right here, apparently Harry and Meghan, they went and they got them some barbecue. Man, there is nothing like a good Texas brisket, boy. Woo! A good smoked Texas brisket, man. Them Texans know how to barbecue, or I should say, smoke some brisket, man. I nearly killed myself one time eating in Texas. It wasn't in Austin, but I think it was Houston. Eating some brisket, some smoked brisket. Man, you talk about some good eating. Mm, mm, mm. But this picture right here, let's give it up for Prince Harry. Doesn't he look so handsome? He looks so handsome. But this picture right here, this is Harry and Meghan, and they stopped by a restaurant in Austin, Texas, and they had them some barbecue. Isn't that great? So what they did was they visited La Barbecue restaurant in Austin, Texas. Isn't that great, guys? And see, this is what I mean by, sis's mental health. Because back to what H Knight was saying, when that question was, you know, asked, uh, presented to her by the moderator, saying, "Hey, Duchess Meghan, we all know, that you're dealing with toxicity and targeted hate and harassment on social media. We all, girl, you could tell the moderator wanted to say, girl, we all know what you going through." But she kept it professional, and but yes, I agree with H Night. Megan looked, you know, like you could tell she's going through it when it comes to that. And you could tell it bothers her. Um, so that's why I say it's good that when they go out in public and they meet supporters, you know, they can see that it's not a reflection of the public at large. It just isn't, right? I don't believe it's a reflection of the public at large in the UK either. People have lives. People are living their lives. Not everybody's on social media like that. People are working. People are enjoying their families, right? People have lives that they're living. Not everybody in the world is on social media on their laptops in comments. Not everybody in the world is sitting on their toilet on social media typing negative stuff about somebody. So again, I think it's good when this is out in public. Prince Harry as well. Mingling with the I started to say commoners, meeting with the public, engaging with the public, and seeing that, hey, you guys are not hated as much as the naysayers want people to believe. It's like F the American polls. It's like Duchess Meghan. You have people camping out to see you. Okay? I guarantee you, if she wasn't on that panel, that wouldn't have happened. There wouldn't have been people camping out. All right? All right. That's just more pictures. Right? See, look at that. People in the public. Look at the sister over here on the right. She probably was like, ah! It's Megan! It's cousin Megan! I'm playing. But that's great. That is great. In the picture on the left, they probably were being shown the smokers. Right. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but that's what I do as a hobby. Yeah, I got 2 gigantic smokers in my backyard. Yes, I do. I smoke ribs and I smoke pork butts. I smoke turkey legs. I tried to smoke a brisket and it didn't really come out that great. I I like smoked it and I had to like put it in the crock pot. No, I put it in the oven to finish it out. And once I did that, then it turned out just wonderful. But I couldn't, for the brisket, I couldn't keep my temperature where I wanted it to be. But that, I mean, I just think that's great. It's awesome. It's good to see those two out, um, enjoying life. Just enjoying life. All right, and there they are with the staff. Imagine when the owner got that call. Hey, Prince Harry and Meghan, they want to come by and eat at your restaurant. If that was me, I would be like, like, but that's awesome. All right, guys. So we have come to an end of this podcast. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Tomorrow, I'm gonna put out. Um, actually, I don't know if I'm gonna put out a podcast or if I'm gonna do something live with the members only. But I'm gonna do something because there's some other stuff I want to talk about. Okay, there's some other stuff I want to talk about. But I'm gonna go ahead and go into the chat before we end this live podcast. It was great doing it on a Friday. It's been a while since I've done a podcast on a Friday. Um, let's see. Rhonda says Megan polished her man up. His swag is on point. His swag is on point now, right? Because Prince Harry had like a mess. He had a very, very messy type of frat boy thing going on, right? Hair was messy, clothes wrinkled, right? The only time he was clean cut was when he was either in his military uniform or if he was in a suit. And sometimes even when he was in a suit, he looked messy, right? He looked unkept. Okay, as Alan says, they are in love with each other. Yeah, they are very much in love with each other. Let's see. Yep, I love these usernames. Is it Cuscio? I know I'm not saying your name right. Harry is having the time of his life. You can clearly see it. Yes, indeed. He sure is. Okay, so this is about Brooke Shields. Don says Brooke Shields finished her education in psychology, has her degree. Okay. I'm I wouldn't be surprised if she had a master's. Brooke Shields is very smart. Very, very smart. And she's a good actress. I used to watch her in this TV show called Army Wives. She was like an officer. Oh man, she was cutthroat. Cutthroat. Hey, Cookies and Cream. So Cookies and Cream says, I loved how the moderator showed support for Megan. I love how she acknowledged what Megan was going through. Yeah. That's the thing, right? With a lot of the toxicity and the targeted hate harassment, even from, you know, not just social media, but the media itself, right? Um, Professionals like the moderator, professionals like Katie Couric, people like that, they see that stuff and they don't agree with it. They just don't, you know. Sister and says Special K, that would be my reaction if I met Megan. If I met Megan, I would play it cool. I know me, right? I would play it cool. I would just be like, "Hey, it's nice to meet you. You know, we got your back. Don't worry about nothing. We got you. You know, I know how I am. I play it cool. So Miss Judy says Harry did say he knows the squatties. Are there also Omen had said something about a podcast V did and the sex is appreciated? I believe people and their staff listen to many. Trust me, I know people on their staff listen to some of our podcasts. I do know that. Um, let's see, and I'm just gonna leave it there. Uh, I miss V. Hopefully, she puts out something new. Uh, yes, I do have an email. I sure do. I'll put it in the chat. Shoot, if I can remember it. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this podcast. It's getting kind of late. Um, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us for Sexist Talk here at Megan Duchess of Advocacy World Podcast. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys' support. Um, if you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And everybody make sure that you hit the thumbs up button. Again, I want to thank everybody who donated to tonight's live podcast. Black Queen, thank you so much for your donation. Mrs. S, thank you so much for your donation. Miss Lydia, thank you so much for your donation and your support for these past 2 years. Miss Carol, thank you so much for your donation. And Miss Lydia again, oh, thank you so much for your donation. And Miss Lydia says, it's not the quantity, but the quality of your podcast. Love you and happy anytime you have time to bless us with a podcast. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's right. I was talking about how, yeah. I only put out like 133 podcasts, but I appreciate you guys' support, and you know, I do it when I can. Um, so again, we had a good day, right, squatties? We had a good day today. Like Ice Cube says, today was a good day. It was great to see our Duchess on the panel. I thought Brooke Shields was awesome. All of them were awesome. Katie Couric, Nancy, they were all awesome. They all had a story to tell. All very professional, articulate women who spoke very eloquently. But however, they spoke their truth and they spoke their real life experiences. So awesome, awesome, awesome. And I hope that we see Duchess Meghan on more panels like that. All right, guys, it is time to end this live podcast. Are you guys ready to do our rebel yell? Are you ready to do the rebel yell? Oh my goodness. I wonder if you guys hear my little dog. He's crying because he wants out of his cage. All right, let me see what video am I going to play. Let's see. Yeah, I better play the. Yeah, I'll play this one. All right, you guys ready? Continue to wear the SS on your chest because you know, squatties, we are the best. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. No bad energy, guys. No bad energy. Don't forget to hydrate and make sure that you feed the chickens. My name is Special K Thoughts, and I am out. I will see you guys soon.